Hello, you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie on good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. This is a first impression / halfway review of a still on-air Chinese drama, 底线 Draw the Line. The drama is 40 episodes long and it's being aired on satellite television, also web platforms, 爱奇艺 Mango Television Online, and Hunan Television satellite TV. The drama is directed by Liu Guotong, written by Fei Huijun, Li Xiaoliang, completely shot in the city Changsha, and also Hunan Television has something to do with the production. They often shoot dramas in their own province. Also, iQIYI has taken part in producing this drama. It is led by Jin Dong, Cai Wenjing, Cheng Yi, Wang Xiuzhu. The drama only started production at the very end of February this year. In terms of turnaround, this is one of the fastest dramas as it airs in September. It's just about half year's time, and it's 40 episodes. This drama is focused on court system and people who work in the legal system in China. This drama on script level has been worked on in such a unique way that really there hasn't been any other Chinese dramas that has gotten this kind of treatment. This is an original script. The scriptwriters have gone to over 60 different levels of court to interview and getting raw materials. They have interviewed over 200 people who work in the legal system. Then, when they did the case research, there are over 500 cases for consideration. Then, at the end of that, the whole script has been advised, pretty much worked through line by line by the Supreme Court of China. So it ended up being the only drama that has gotten all this treatment ever in Chinese dramaland. Let me briefly introduce you to the story, and then we're gonna talk about a lot of things about this drama. Jin Dong playing a mid-level to high-level judge within his level of court, which isn't the highest level of the province he lives in. Although he is the main character, it is, let's say, 70% an ensemble drama. You would also see a couple of other judges, for example, played by Wang Xiuzhu. There's a newcomer who comes from Supreme Court and who comes to this local court, an intern and getting work experience, played by Cai Wenjing, and a young legal worker who has just moved up to being able to be a judge at any cases, played by Cheng Yi. So this is having one definitive lead, but then many other very close to lead roles drama. There are many cases featured in this drama, almost non-stop, and most of the time you have multiple cases going on at the same time, focused on what professional work is like for Chinese court workers. Based on the 24 episodes I've already watched of this 40 episode drama, if I don't consider one thing, I'll give it a really high rating at like 2.5 at this point. There are many things this drama has done that no drama has done previously in Chinese dramaland, but as it's been airing to this point, it has also been embroiled in this controversy that I'm gonna talk about later in this video. So it's really hard to read this drama because I cannot ignore that part, and I think it is problematic. So if I take that into consideration, it makes the rating lower because I cannot ignore it. But then if it's only on the storytelling and production level, it really is a good drama. Now, let me first talk about what is good about the drama and then the big problem. It really just has one essential big problem. Positive end, number one, Jin Dong finally finds a role that hits so suitable for him. Ever since The Disguiser and Nirvana in Fire, when he got noticed and got famous, he has taken on many projects that really just do not suit him. Whether playing a lawyer or playing one of those super rich 霸总 character, it's just not his thing. And then on internet, because of a couple of rather unfortunate missteps he's done, he has becoming a laughing stock every time. People talk about actors pretending to be more or better educated than they really are. They bring him up, talking about him ever mentioning there's a Nobel Prize for mathematics, which doesn't exist. So he hasn't been doing very well, let's say in reputation and in people's impression of him as a professional actor in recent years until this drama. He is made for this role. This role is made for him. He plays this 体制内 within China's sort of civil servant type of system, right? You enter it and you're kind of safe for life unless you F it up big. Playing the 干部, who goes through ladders of levels in the bureaucracy of things, hoping by the time they retire, reach a high level, getting set for the rest of their life. And in reality, he actually is. Earlier this year, Yi Qianxi got into the trouble of trying to get into national theater and then getting so boycotted and therefore giving up the position. He actually has a position in one of those nationally owned troops, and he actually is a mid to high level management there. The way he speaks, the way he acts, everything that just like leaks into his existence in this drama is a perfect portrayal of people who work in that environment, who are very experienced with dealing with people, know how to talk, to get around things, to please everybody, to make sure the bosses, the higher levels, think of you as a very promising future star, and then the lower people that you are in charge of all appreciate you. He's a master of playing that guanxi and in his drama. He brings it to life. He is so 体制内. He is raw. And in this drama, 如鱼得水, as fish enters the water. A role that 100% fits Jin Dong, and when he's in that, beautiful performances. And in many ways, this drama really isn't hinged upon very good performances from the leading cast of the judges. Role. It's really more to do with each cases and how they do it, and what the drama shows you of the nature of legal work in China is like. And all the judges' characters becomes in a way, tool to represent that, to bring the story to you. And I think because of that, not really riding on any of the specific actors' fame or popularity or fandom, definitely no, nature of this drama, everyone can be more relaxed. Like the actors, they play real characters who live in the real world. They don't have superpowers. For example, Cheng Yi, previously he was in a lot of 仙侠 playing god level characters who has the burden of existence on his shoulder. And in this drama, he's just a guy in a professional environment. And somehow that just makes his acting feel flowing so much better, like a real person. And there's no beautifying, there's no idealizing. So I think that's overall a very positive thing. The second thing that is very unique about this drama, definitely on the positive end, because it's the one and only one you have when it depicts the legal system in China to absolute detail level, exactly like how it happens in reality. This drama has been already reacted by a couple of very well-known content creators on China's platforms who are lawyers, who have been around for quite a while, and they've gone through the drama at certain episodes and then shared their opinions. Overall, for all the already working in the legal system people, and then for students of law in China, when they watch this drama, they would pretty much all unanimously say the representation of the proceedings and of all the details of legal work is so accurate that if you actually work in this system, watching this drama makes you feel like you're working overtime. They got to the point where there's one episode early on in this drama when it actually shows you the entire process of one case getting done in court, starting from people entering the court, sitting down, judges coming in, secretaries coming in, lawyers, defendant, and then prosecution. And then the judge starts to say, my name is this, and this person, this, that person on my side, this. We three together are gonna be the judges of today. Then our secretary is named this, that person is named this. On this side, we have lawyer this, and on that side, we have prosecution that. And then he will read all the have to be read but boring ass part of every court proceeding in China that needs to be read out, showing you every word that would happen in court. You never, ever see that happening in any Chinese dramas ever. I haven't seen that. Like, starting from day one of existence of Chinese dramas, I think. It's dramatically not that interesting to watch, but because it has never been presented on screen, and many people, whether you're Chinese or not, you have no idea, actually, of how cases got done. And dramas often present that in all the dramatized and wrong way. And this is the only one that has ever been done in this way. So in that sense, it has its value, and I think at least having one drama doing that is a good thing. If you're in any way curious about how the legal system works in China, how cases get filed and all the procedures, and what's the difference between, for example, US court or UK court to Chinese court, this drama is gonna give you that in the most detailed way. possible. It has shocked a lot of legal workers in China because they never believed they could be represented to this level of detail, this accurately in a Chinese drama, which are known to be very inaccurate when it comes to professional things. The third thing is a positive and a negative thing of this drama, and that's where the controversy comes in. So this is in a way good, in a way very problematic. On the good end of that whole point, which is they've based most of the big cases in this drama on real cases that has really happened in China over the last couple of years, and all of them are highly, highly well known in China. Pretty much every Chinese person who is connected to internet has been aware of it or have at least heard parts of it. Some of the cases are still ongoing in a way, therefore it gets very, very highly debated about how the drama decides to depict those cases. They take that from reality and they would change certain details. The thing with that is it's so sensitive in so many ways that however you change it, right, there will always be people who have huge problems with it, because if it's not exact as the reality, then there's the argument that the drama is trying to manipulate public's opinion on these cases. But then if it is exact like that, then it gets to the part where whether the production will get into trouble because people would think you are using that exact and I'm gonna sue you for whatever, defamation and stuff. So it gets really complicated. As the drama has aired to the 20th episode, it has just represented a case that unfortunately the person, the real person who ended up being the defendant of this case in reality has just posted something on internet in China accusing the production of not depicting it accurately and in a way is a defamation. And he wants to sue the drama, I think. It just happened like yesterday or the day before. So on internet right now, this drama is being highly, highly argued. And if you haven't heard of any of those, and really Chinese domestic legal cases is not your concern, right? If you're not in any way related to it, you can just look at it from afar as a drama. But it does raise the question, right, of how far a drama can go. It is really to do with the ethics of content creation based on reality and where do you draw the line? You know, in a way, it's very ironic that the drama is called Draw the Line. This drama, I don't know how much further they're gonna go with those cases, how many more cases they're gonna cover. Is it gonna have even more controversial things, right, showing up and then causing a huge uproar on internet, and whether that's gonna do anything to the drama itself? Because of its nature of production, it's by satellite television, it's by the big television station in China, big platforms, it's literally being advised by Supreme Court in China. Whether that is strong enough in a way that no matter how many reports it receives, it's still not gonna have any problem, or is it still gonna get affected because cancel culture is so rampant these days everywhere? We do not know. So now this drama is in a very muddy water and complicated situation, completely because of the cases they picked and the way they depicted and manipulate and change details. I find it's very hard to form a simple opinion on it and saying it's definitely black, definitely white. Because if I only look at it as a visual medium storytelling thing, it has a lot of things that's very well done. And it really is a story-focused, not being affected by, let's say, fandom culture in any way, drama. I have never seen a Chinese drama that depicts court in this way. And I got educated about a lot of things that I wasn't previously aware about the legal system in China. In that sense, it has a lot of value, but it gets argued because of these things. We shall wait and see. Right now, it's Chinese national holiday, 7 days break. People have time to watch dramas and vent on internet. So this may not be so good for this drama. If further episodes of this drama contain more problematic content. And this drama, before I went into it, I had no idea it had all this. Now I've watched 24 episodes. I would say this is one of the most unique dramas this year that I totally didn't see coming. And for international audiences, right? You don't need to get yourself very involved in this at all. You can just watch it from afar, and then it's 2022. You know, we're all used to all kinds of ridiculous things anyway happening all the time. We're much stronger than this. We can deal with it. So, for whatever purpose, if it may be useful to you or interesting to you, you can go and check out this drama. I have shared all I can think of about this drama that may be worth knowing to you. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.